waste to absolutely any hero in Chronosphere with that Aghanim Scepter.
Mm-hmm.
And, we have been underwhelmed by Faceless Voids in the past. Right,
Yeah,
I do want.
I don't even want to talk about the Erica Faceless Void yesterday.
We won't think about
That's
it.
rough.
But
if you guys watched, that was sad. It was
very sad.
It was very sad.
Up with Divine Sea Luna. It was definitely up there. But
we got a leaderboard now.
Yeah, we do. Is a Grandmaster Faceless Void.
Ooh.
So if there's anyone who's gonna put on a show on the Faceless Void, it's got to be the person with like 500 plus games on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, okay, real talk about some of these hero mastery levels. Some of them are real tricky. Like they'll get you to build Pipe of Insight on Ogre as like like 2 times or something like that. I don't really know how it is with Faceless Void because I'm not a big player of the hero myself. But I think we can just put respect where respect is due, right? This guy probably knows his stuff. He knows how to stop time, knows how to get a bash out when he needs one, proc that 17%, make the opponents ask to check his PC and whatnot as we get into game number 1 here. And just for everyone who doesn't know what's going on, we have a full day of Chinese Dota for you. Of course, both these teams currently playing in the lower bracket finals. They are trying to fight for a chance to go back up and face up against IG, who are probably watching this game very intently right now. Just yesterday, Team Bright actually got completely smacked down by IG 2-0. And IG, they were a stack that started off a bit shaky, losing to go along in their first open qualifiers, but they've really found their footing now. So you really need to... I hope you had a good breakfast, right, on both of these sides, because you're going to need it. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah, I definitely think with these 3 teams left that we could go to 8 games today. We could go for the long haul for sure.
Absolutely. And Irving, so far, in the few games that we've managed to cover for Team Bright, seen him succeed on the Magnus along with Imitator on the Dark Widow. They will put a lot of pressure on the Ice there, and very uncharacteristic, just kind of falling down for the Bat Rider. So far, when we've seen this hero in the lane, I don't know, looked kind of untouchable. They just get all over.
I will say I think they were cheating a little bit on the side of Team Bright. That Bramble was invisible to me. I didn't see it. Right? It was hidden behind the tree. Okay. So if it wasn't there, Yeah.
Yeah, he's that's someone needs
I'm
to check
coping,
on that.
dude. I'm coping.
Yeah.
Not Ice's fault at all.
You mentioned you really, Ice has really captured your heart. I mean, sure, he's come out with some zany picks like the Bat Rider. Is there anything else about this player that you've just really come to like over the past few games?
So Ice does this very interesting thing on the position 5. He stacks for himself, and he also gets aggressive when the enemy stacks for themselves too.
I mean, right now, it's Irving and the Dark Willow who are getting aggressive here in the bot side. Ice, not any time at all to even walk away from this lane. He has to be on full bodyguard duty. The stacks will have to wait, I guess. But yeah, you were saying about the stacks?
Yeah, just Ice, he prioritizes stacks for himself. He's one of those heroes on the Bat Rider who takes them very fast. So if the enemies catch themselves in a position where they're not watching their stacks, they're not warding, Ice can sneak right in, clean that up, and Bat Rider and stacks, that's a tale as old as time, baby.
Yeah, so one thing to mention about this these 2 lineups, shout out to Bench Dota who got these stats done for us, but in terms of stacking, they are 2 out of the 3 of the highest stacking teams in the game. So Team 0, they average a stack count of 11.5, and Team Bright, they average a stack count of 11. And a lot of that probably goes to Ice on his Bat Rider, right? But worth mentioning as well, not just farming his own stacks, but more often than not, we'll see him just walk into the enemy, safe lane jungle at like, 4 to 8 minutes. Just farm up whatever 2-3 stacks they have there in the hard camp and really waste the hard support's time.
Yeah, when you make stacks nowadays, sometimes you take a lot more time out of it than you'd like to. Like you can stack and then go gank mid, and you're losing out a lot of XP. It's good for your offlaner, not good for your support. And if you get those stacks stolen from you, that's a lot of gold and XP out of your support's pockets.
Yeah, you're really relying on that research. Oh, I remember when it just came out, all the supports were like, yes, finally we can find a good incentive to stack. Because we get a bit of the gold, we get a bit of the EXP as well. But losing that compounding effect just goes such a long way. And I mean, speaking about, losing resources, we're really going to have to watch for these levels, minute 7 wisdom runes here, because I feel like they are so important for both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single one of these supports really love XP.
Going on to Undyne here. It's not gonna stay undying for too long. They're just gonna get auto attack down. Tries to get the deny with the small camp, but the kobolds have no interest in him. Actually, they didn't even attack him once.
Whoa, 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 Sneeze. Those are voles. They're not kobolds.
Oh my, but yeah,
hold on a minute.
I'm a disgrace. Dude. I'm a disgrace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I see a small camp, I just think kobolds. I don't know why.
The ghosts, they're kobolds.
Every small creep, a kobold. The range creep, a radiant kobold. Everything is a kobold.
Interesting. Okay.
Hard enough. Yeah.
I'm willing to accept that.
Yeah. 1-for-1 right now. Laning stage, you know, they're beating each other back and forth and getting all bruised and whatnot, but no real aggression. Not as much as I expected from Team Zero. And this is a team that is very characterized by the sports and how far in there they can get, right? I think Ice Ice and ZZQ, when Team Zero are succeeding, they're all up in your face. They're making plays. They're having rotations done. Getting 7E off the good starts. Raj is running down Imitator right now. Yeah, that Dark Willow cannot fight. But it comes at a bit of a cost, right? Take a look at CTY's HP right now. He'll have to back up and sell bar. But yeah, Irving has no qualms, just double edging over and over.
Already almost to that Vanguard in the Centaur is going to feel very good. Batrider already doesn't do any right-click damage, so putting that Vanguard on top of him would be great.
Rotations, just like we talked about. Here comes ZZQ. If it's not the Twin Gates, he'll come through the TP. Bouncing back the Centaur, nowhere to run. It's gonna get that Inkswell pop. I don't know without the meta whether they'll have enough damage. I'll make him work for it. Have to chase all the way under the tower. Imitator, not enough mana to respond there in a meaningful way. The Brambles were on cooldown as well. An excellent rotation again from ZZQ.
And now time of that 6-minute rune, Undyne will deny it. So no rune for this Pangolier or Puck.
A bit of a EXP advantage already though, and seeming net worth advantage for 7E. He is doing very well against this Puck, and it's kind of tough, right? Because the early level, you don't really want to get many of it in the phase shift, and that little jaunt duration or, you know, disappearance is so short in the early levels that you can't dodge all the swashbuckle procs. Not to mention it's all corrosion too.
Yeah, you know, you just shield crashes on top of you after that as well, right? It's just loads of damage. And they're back bottom.
Yeah, Irving trying to get the double stun up. It's a 3v3 phenomenon here in the bot side. ZZQ falling a little low, but able to create the distance. And now the stroke of fate. Uh-oh, Irving. If he goes down again, things will look a little bit rough for this Centaur. Has the Vanguard blocking some of the damage. CTY actually committing. My lord! CTY! Baby, what is you doing? He just gets crushed under the tower. Not respecting the armor. And he goes down. ZZQ. That was a close one.
That was very close.
That was the cojones on that man to just walk up like that. But one benefit, Wisdom Rune snatched by Ice Ice. So he's going to grab both. They lose the carry, but at least they get some nice EXP for the trouble.
And CTY a little bit too in his own head there. You know, really wanted that kill. Pays for it with his life, and that's not necessarily the best start that you want on the Terrorblade. Still doing fine on the CS department, though. 35-9 to Void's 28-8.
That basically gives Irving a bit of a good situation, right? You know, you think about these heroes and how fast they can ramp up. Centaur really relies on staying in the lane for extended periods of time. While the Terrorblade, he's more than happy to just retreat back into the jungle, use those, you know, illusions, get the farm up, get the bag up. But, you know, giving over that EXP and go to Irving, that's just going to allow him to stay even longer. And that's not really going to be a good sign for you.
Yeah, the faster Irving gets a Blink Dagger, the faster the moves will be starting to be made with more than the 3 heroes. Bright have a nice, like, not 3 cores, but 3 important hero lineup that run around and can make space on the map. And Irving, you know, until he gets that Blink Dagger, probably doesn't want to join. Could join, probably doesn't want to, though. But Puck, Dark Willow, AA, they can start making moves around the map.
Yeah, it might also just be a situation where Team Bright rotate to whatever lane the Centaur's in, right? In that way, even though he doesn't want to join, he can act as the front bait. Beyond, though, they have the level 6. They use the... Seems like they use the Chrono on him. He's going to turn around the Power Rise at 7 key. He's here to play as well. Here comes the roll. Don't care about your coil. They will finish off the Primal Beast, the initial target, but 7E ready to clean up another of the second stroke and the swash. They'll wipe out the AA as well. Still has an Invis rune. Be spotted here, just eats a bramble, but nothing else that Phoenix and Imitator can do about this situation. It'll be a 2 for one trade up here in this top side. Actually going really well for Team Zero.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately they lose Beyond, but they're pretty happy with that overall. 70's even going to get a bottle refill from Beyond.
Yeah, the big
Very
kill is
nice.
just this Faceless Void, right? We've seen what happens when he can't get into his initial farming items, whether that's a Mask of Madness, the Maelstrom, or the Midas. If he doesn't get there in time, you can start to look a bit like Erika yesterday. It's just Struggle City.
Oh, don't say that,
And
Sneeze. Oh,
look,
my
look, the
goodness.
reality is that Team Zero are perfectly equipped to keep hunting down this Faceless Void in his own jungle, right? They have no qualms about it. I'll rise out into the top side just to mess with him a bit. And cute play here from Beyond just to try and extend that disable duration to prevent the time warp. It's not enough though. Manages to get quite a bit of his HP back, but uh-oh. Oh no, oh, no. No,
Not
no,
like this.
Okay, he still has a stick. A pretty full one charge, so he'll be fine, but so much pressure just coming out from this Primal Beast right now, all alone. Mid lane though, looks like there's some action. They're just jumping at each other a little bit. Stampede forced out to try and help the retreat of Phoenix. Not able to finish off 7E, still a healthy amount of HP there. Just classic stuff, you know? Rune tussles, no
yeah,
big deal.
it's the tale as old as time in Dota right now. Right, if you're not rotating for the runes, then you're doing something wrong, or you're playing a pub.
Yeah,
those are the two. Those are the two scenarios.
Yeah, you're either just literally anybody, or you're really messing up in these pro games right now.
Yeah,
that you've somehow found yourself in. Now CTY, he is somehow not doing as well on the net worth as I expected. I kind of thought that he'd be farming pretty well on the Terrorblade, but it seems like he's decided to rotate up to the top side as we see Ice Ice just standing his ground against Undyne. As CTY comes up here, they lose Imitator in the bot side. But yeah, CTY with the rotation up to top, using that meta, you love to see it, get the tower, right?
Yeah, there's nothing else you're really going to be using Metamorphosis for anyways.
Dude,
it's not like
what
you're
the
going to
hell?
really be joining fights.
How is Ice Ice getting away?
Ice?
Dude, we've just been looking at Ice Ice for the past 1 minute behind this tier 1, tier 2. The AA is looking at it. He's looking at it. He's like, I know you can't do anything about it. Like, you gotta call your party here, loser.
Ice Ice has hit a 6. This is a dangerous position potentially for
And they will put down a nice cliff ward there to spot out this aggressive maneuver. Will be well aware that this is coming. Back up to the safety of his tower there.
You know, this is a duo support lineup that, you know, Team Zero are very confident in. They've been running this lineup multiple times throughout these close qualifiers. And Grimshock enables Batrider like crazy with that Ink Swell. And a little bit of extra damage, the silence on top of it. There's just a long time that you're disabled and not able to do anything. And the damage is, you know, not something that you can scoff at either, especially on a squishier hero like Faceless Void.
I think the thing about Batrider being so out of the meta is people forget just how much damage this guy can do, right? Like Ice Ice, I think he's surprised quite a couple of core players just by running all over them, and they don't really expect to die, so maybe they're a bit lax on their defensive maneuvers or defensive capabilities, and they just end up taking a random Phantom's Embrace to the backside, and they're like, oh, I guess I'm dead. That's rough. Imitator and Phoenix are looking for 7E here in this jungle. Finding the coil, in comes the Bedlam. It's a lot of damage, but 7E, not enough HP to survive. That snaps the coil, and his neck is going to drop in the same fashion. Was working his way.
Nothing really you do there.
Yeah, he was working his way towards the diffusal blade. I think he almost has it at this point. Meanwhile, bot side, they want the setup onto Irving. This Centaur Wall Runner has stayed in his bot side for a bit too long. Silence up, so no Stampede. Is there really a Stampede if you don't hear the The answer is no.
No, there isn't. And Beyond's got a of his own, right, on that onslaught.
Yeah. Who's louder? Screaming contest between Primal Beast as well as the Centaur. Beyond is the winner of that one. Ice Ice actually gets taken down in the top side. I think that must have been.
That was
just
Chrono
Undyne.
and Ice Blast committed.
Yeah. Undyne was sick of that Batrider. He was like, get out of here. Yeah, no.
Another tower for CTY.
And this is the tempo you want to play at as a Terrorblade, right? Meta, tower. Meta, tower. Beyond, straight onto Irving again. Screaming contest. He'll get rid of that Phantom's Embrace and he'll be able to compete Stampede. Just going in on the ZDQ. Troublesome situation now. The Soulbind double lasso to the high ground. Is there enough damage to pulverize? Beyond finishes off Irving. And Imitator now in a bit of trouble, but amidst the Brambles and the Ancients, Ice Ice cannot fly. He'll get taken down and Imitator preserves his life. It's a 3-for-1 exchange there. As Team Zero, they commit quite a few heroes to this endeavor. And Bright, they just bring the full squad.
It was a cute little play, putting the puck and the Centaur on the high ground. Unfortunately, one of them is a puck. It literally doesn't matter that Phoenix was put on the high ground. It was very close, mind you, but only losing Irving. Team Bright, probably happy with that one. That's a lot of space for... Does still leave the Blink Dagger a little bit longer from Irving, though.
Yeah, we'll have to see how things go here. 7E not flustered at all about that situation where his teammates took that tumble. Wants to make the Haste Rune and the Diffusal Blade work for him. There's a smattering of heroes up in this top side, but right, they're on the hunt themselves as well. They're looking for CTY, who just got mana for Sunder and just got wind of a potentially scary situation. Here comes the... He actually gets an advance notice somehow. Maybe reads that move, but is it gonna be enough? Jumps over to the corner, and there's no way of stopping this TP. No, 70 quick on the roll. Doesn't seem like they have enough damage at the moment though. They've chained them up along with the puck and managing to swash him down. Last touch, 70 will find it. ZTQ into trouble in the tree line though, but Ice Blast over 70's head. And now ZTQ gonna get hunted down by that. Beyond is here to play, starting the tantrum up onto Undyne and the lasso as well. These supports, they are in trouble. Beyond is here and ready to hunt them down. Phoenix though, playing around the outskirts of the fight, just pressuring out this Bat Rider. These cores, you can tell exactly who their targets are. Going straight for the backliners. And largely ignoring each other. Irving still doesn't have the Blink Dagger, and Stampede already used means that Beyond is able to piggy pull his way out of there.
Got it now. Blink Dagger just completed.
Oh, you would have loved to have that, like,
I know, just a few
earlier.
seconds, right?
Yeah.
You hate to see it. Well, depending on who you like, you hate to see it, right? If you're a Team Zero fan, you love to see it.
True. Puck gonna be grabbing that Blink now. So he will be making more movement on the map. He has just had an excellent game so far. Just every single... It feels like every single engagement he's been a part of.
Yeah, almost, right? 8 out of 11, that's pretty darn close. Can't ask for much more from your puck.
We're a little worried. I was a little worried about him in the draft as we see the smoke move out. Might have to hold that thought. In comes the Storm. And that is so easy to set up. Irving. Good Blink reveal for him. Getting a high value pick off on Beyond. Primal Beast on previous performances that we've seen from him. He's done very, very well for himself, but hampered here and there by this Team Bright lineup at the moment.
Yeah, hasn't quite been able to find his footing. Had a heart queued up, instead is queuing up a Blink Dagger now. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see that BKB next.
Yeah, we were talking about this in the draft already. The Dark Widow makes it so hard to operate. Doesn't seem like Team Zero are interested in defending their mid tower though. They'll just give that one up. Without their Primal Beast not feeling the most confident.
Team Zero, they're going to put themselves in a very cool position where they can sync up their Blink Daggers. Ice Slice just finished his. Primal Beast very close to his, and Pango also. This could be, you know, the big jump that Team Zero need to potentially lock down this puck and bring him down. You got a good stun into a Soulbind Silence. Could be what you need to bring down this 6-0 puck.
Yeah, the Blink Dagger's flying out already, just like what you said, but Phoenix, he's played an absolutely flawless game so far. Hasn't been caught even once, and really, when you think about it, apart from a Blink Lasso and maybe an instant silence after that, there's not much else that can be done, right? And you have the potential Chrono counterplay, the potential Terrorize counterplay. Feels like Team Bright, they have all the team fight tools available, and Team Zero need to watch where they're stepping. Phoenix gonna come through, fall up onto oh, the Pango manages to get out of the Chrono, but he holds the rest of them. Finds a beautiful one, but does he have the damage? Double lasso on the Soulbind, and the starting punch into Phoenix. He won't survive that. What started out looking pretty good for Team Bright, I don't think they expected the entirety of Zero on their high ground. CTY makes them pay. And they're not done just yet. One more kill on the Imitator. Getting the 2 of the highest value cores with that. And so much for the team fight.
I think people forget how strong Soulbind is, right? The talk of Grimstroke is now on the Inkswell, but Double Lasso, Team Zero have proven through multiple series that double lasso is still super strong. Pair that up with double pulverize as well. You are very happy with those two abilities being thrown into Soulbind. There's no way that goes wrong for you.
Yeah, and a lot of the Team Bright versus Team Zero dynamic at this moment counts on who is going to get that jump, right? Whether you can catch vision on them first, or whether they can be the ones to soulbind you. Because if you're soulbind on the puck and the Faceless Void, you're not going anywhere, Stampede or not. That was just a situation where Team Zero, you can tell they're so comfortable playing with this combo because that just kind of happened in the snap of a finger, right?
Yeah, they have full... I would be very... hard pressed if you told me that these two teammates don't have trust in each other. You know, between Ice and ZZQ, I'm sure they're having fun. I'm sure they've got loads of trust in each other, and it kind of shows between the early series with the rotations that these two supports make with each other.
It almost happens like clockwork, huh? Like every single time, you know, ZZQ hits that level 3 power spike, if he can't make a kill happen in his own lane, he's down to the other one. If not, it's Ice moving up. I think their assessment of where they can make aggression happen is really what makes this team shine. Now, that sets a bit of worry in my heart, because Team Bright, that was basically all their Team Fight ultimate. Sure, the Faceless Void is nowhere near fighting shape yet, but, you know, the Chronos, we've seen our fair share of bad ones. Like we said, the Faceless Void hasn't really impressed us so far. He's gonna have to redeem himself a bit after that one. I don't even think it's necessarily his fault too.
No, I mean, like, what do you do into double? Like, what happens when you get double lasso, double silence, double everything? You know, it just feels bad.
Goes up onto Beyond, trying to initiate with the Blink Dagger. Ice Blast comes through. Ice actually gonna get silenced up though. Uh-oh, Bad Rider in a bit of trouble. A lot of damage going his way. Luckily, he didn't get tagged up by that Ice Blast. Yeah, it managed to just evacuate there. Unfortunate turn to the left by 70, bumps into that wall. That is a very narrow hill to climb there as the Rolling Thunder, so can't really blame him there.
Phoenix is going to be working on a Lincoln Sphere. This might be the Team Bright, like, turnaround time. That Lincoln Sphere puck will be a lot harder to kill. And the Lotus Orb on Irving is going to go a long way as well, affecting a lot of the abilities from Team Zero.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? We talked about the tendency for Team Zero to draft these single target disables. And Lotus Orb is like so valued this game. Here comes the lasso onto Imitator. So much damage. Use or not, you're going to come back straight into a fiery death. Nothing you can really do about that. Ice gets the pick-off he was looking for. And CTY, still top of the net worth, hasn't really been touched on this Terrorblade, and they're just going to stroll straight into the Roche Pit.
Nice and early one. They popped Metamorphosis. They still have a hot minute on that meta, so why not? See if Team Bright are in any position to retaliate. Phoenix and Undyne making their way down. They set up with an Ice Blast coil. Could be pretty nice, but Void's in no position to fight, and Roshan is dropping lower and lower.
Ice Blast coming in at a very timely interval here. Team Zero will still try full commit for Phoenix. Gotta play fancy. Gets the Aegis and the kill. Are you kidding me? Out of nowhere, amidst 5 heroes. That's not how that was supposed to go. Phoenix will be laughing all the way down to his grave about that one. And suddenly this Terrorblade timing that you might have wanted to hit with the meta, it just gets snatched straight out of your hands by the cheeky Fairy Dragon.
And that means these T2s stay closed for a little bit while longer for Team Zero. Unless they get some key pickoffs, there's no way you want to start pushing these Tier 2 towers, especially not with Metamorphosis. You know, Aegis would have given you a nice buffer time where, you know, you farm up the map, let Aegis run out a little bit, and then you start pushing towers.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention as well that not only did he get the Aegis, he got the Roche kill.
Yeah.
Which means that golden EXP, it just goes the way of Team Bright. Where, you know, the Faceless Void were like, oh, he's not even here. Yeah, it's like, nah, you got it, Phoenix. I can trust you. You can figure it out. I need to farm. And Phoenix said, yeah, no worries, bro. Just does it by himself. That's ridiculous. I mean, that definitely slows down the tempo of the game, and I can't imagine that Team Bright are too sad about that, right? They need more time on the Faceless Void to ramp up, working on the Lincoln Sphere now. And more time equals more chances for Team Bright to get that killer team fight they're looking for.
Yeah, Imitator, speaking of ramping up, right, with that Midas building up.
Yep.
800 gold away, and then queues up an Aghanim Scepter right afterwards. So Imitator is going to be living the Willow Dream. The position 4 Willow Dream, that is.
Hell yeah. Actually, this game, a very shockingly low amount of Midases. 2, amongst all 10 heroes. I think over the past few days, we've been used to what, maybe an average of 4 or 5 Midases.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
we've
smoke
been seeing
move
a lot
comes
of
out, but it
Midases.
gets spotted out. Just pointed out by our observer there. Immediately, I mean, you can see the response. Team Zero, they're gearing up for aggressive maneuver their way.
Double damage.
ZZQ still be the first one to get caught. He ink swells in advance though, which should let Irving know. They're onto him a little bit. Ice. Stampede onto this Bat Rider. I mean, he 4 staffs away, but this doesn't look like someone who's alive for much longer. They'll at least get that kill, but I'm sure they would have loved to find a little bit more.
I think Ice is okay with that, right? Breaks the smoke, a 4-man rotation. Would have been only better if he got chronoed.
Yeah, that's you just accept those as a support. That's part of the job description at this point. You know, stack camps, buy wards, clear vision, set up for your carry, and just die for your carry in big, bold red font.
So, I mentioned the importance of Blink Dagger from Team Zero, and ZZQ is going to agree with that, buy a Blink Dagger of his own.
Yeah. You need to be able to get yourself out of these sticky situations, right? Sure, the Ice Vortex might cancel it. Uh-oh. He's in a bit of a sticky situation himself, Irving. Gonna get charged down, ripped apart by CTY. Now it looked pretty easy, and suddenly without your Centaur, Team Bright, are not gonna be too interested in taking a fight in this area.
Undyne's got a nice early gem. This could be good for Team Zero if they get that in their hands. It's going to be handed off over to Phoenix, which means it's safe for a little bit longer. Lincoln Sphere is complete on the puck. And keep him safe, as also has that Lincoln Sphere. So the jump potential is a lot weaker for Team Zero all of a sudden.
They are definitely going to have to try and coordinate this a lot better. They don't really have the best tools to break those Lincolns. Single target spells are really just limited to Phantom's Embrace, the Pulverize, the Soulbind, and Lasso. That's really about it, unless you try and break it through items. Here comes Beyond though. Pulverize onto the one target without Lincoln's. Imitator. He's gonna get trampled down. Do they have any way of saving him? Chrono and the Stampede Ice Blast on top of the head. They want to take out the Primal Beast. They'll be successful in doing so. What else can Team Zero find though? Imitator goes down, throws out the Terrorize, goes completely wide. But a call onto 3. On the backside, Phoenix stomps onto Ice as well. And ZZQ needs to follow. Can't seem to get the touch on him though. They've left this Irving Centaur high and dry. As Phoenix and still chasing for. Need to get the Terrorblade before he thunders, but that's what the Lincolns is for, baby. No chance of that. They'll TP out on 7E, but that was perfectly set up. Phoenix and playing around the outskirts of the fight, waiting for their time. And they managed to punish Team Zero there for their aggression.
That's the problems with pushing tier 2s without Aegis. Right? It just happens very easily like that. You lose the Terrorblade, and all of a sudden, that fight did not look good. Your net worth lead has gone down significantly.
That's the tricky thing as well, right? It's these Lincoln Spheres timing. It's very heads up from Bright. What do you have to cancel it? Nobody on Team Zero has any items that actually interact with that. You don't have a 4-star, you only have a 4-star on the bat. Across all the other items, they have nothing to proc these Lincolns. No Yules, no other 4-stars, no Orchids, no Athoses. Suddenly, with the Terrorblade lineup, that, you know, Terrorblade, age-old carry, right? You just kind of get a whole set of teammates that can disable and set you up and get you in position to do this damage. But suddenly, all the spells can't even land. The only thing you're really hoping on right now is Inkswell Rolling Thunder. Apart from that, you don't really have much else.
Yeah, it forces you into a position where you're pulverizing the not ideal target. Obviously, getting Dark Willow out of the fight can go a long way. We've seen it time and time again, where Dark Willow is just able to get slews of spells off during fights, but you would very much like to get this puck or face this void, and they are just non-targets for you now.
Yeah, just completely comfortable. Playing very smoothly on the puck. Coming into today, Phoenix, you know, he was ready to dance with him. The only time he's died, one of them was earlier on, and the other one was when he stole that Aegis. So I'd consider this a pretty sick game from him so far. And really, you look at the net worth of Team Zero, the way they've set up their lineup is they're relying on CTY to bring them the distance, right? And sure, he has the net worth advantage. Sure, you have the Sunder post-chrono, but you have just so much magic damage coming in. You really gotta have to tank up. Maybe hope for a few more items. He already has the Skadi complete. which is why exactly Undyne is just suffering a bit from this illusion.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels like even 6-slot Terrorblade, I don't know whether that's enough to go up against 6-slot Void and company.
It's a little scary because Void has Chronosphere, and that is like full stop, right?
Yeah.
Faceless Void Chronosphere is a game ender, a game changer. One good Chronosphere can turn the game on its head. One bad Chronosphere can turn the game on its head.
Yeah, Beyond does have the heart picked up though. A large factor of how Team Zero will succeed will be on 7E and the Primal Beast transitioning eventually to become threats on their own, so that it's not just fully reliant on the Terrorblade. If it is, you single him out, you kill him, the team fight's over. Phoenix going forward, they break the Lincoln Sphere. He's immediately gonna jaunt away though. They're rolling down on the front line, some time being bought by Imitator. They've coiled up the support on the back line. Ice, he's just gonna get taken down. They still haven't killed up Imitator just yet. The last touch, the terrorizing the Chrono. Ice Blast, come on! You couldn't write a better team fight for Bright right now. They're setting it up perfectly. CTY goes down. Beyond makes the fall. And what a perfectly... This is revenge. This is vengeance right here. Bright, they're feeling it on the back of their new carry. It took a little bit of time for him to ramp up, but it was the Lincoln Sphere and Lotus Orb timing. They just can't do a thing to this lineup.
Now, Sneeza, I said this the last time that we cast Bright. I'm a little disappointed Irving hasn't been spamming the voice line from Centaur because is playing out of his mind with these Chronospheres. Yeah. First one was a little sketchy, but everyone out, every single Chronosphere after that has been godly from And Irving needs to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah. Pop that voice line out, man. What you do? Maybe it's because okay, no, he doesn't even have an excuse. He's platinum tier, right? He has.
Yeah. There's no excuse.
I think so. Well, for what it's worth, even the first Chrono wasn't really his fault, as we agreed. Oh, pop the Lincolns into the lasso. Oh no, he might have cursed him a little bit there. There's the Soul Bind. Not reflected in time by the Lotus Orb, holding them in place. 7E wants to get the roll-off, interrupted by Phoenix yet again. This puck has just been a thorn in their side. The Ice Blast on top of the angle. He's going to try and squash away, has to use the roll. But he has to run. He's going to get auto-attack down if he's not careful. They'll stampede forward with the chase down. Phoenix still looking for him. Ice will be next on the chopping block. CTY actually commits the meta here. For what? I mean, Bright, they're just going to walk this one off, surely. Irving will come around for a storm, start to get slowed down. The control is there, but is here as well. No Chronosphere available. This Faceless Void does have to be careful. Pulverize is available. Terrorize thrown out though. Holding Primal Beast in place. There's nothing else to find. Yo's up. Imitator has done such a good job getting his cause out of there, and Phoenix is still dancing with him. John's over. He might have gone a bit too far though, and he's actually going to pay the price. So for once,
they actually,
yeah, that that looked really, really good for Bright up until that point.
Yeah, losing Puck and Gem, a little bit of more net worth going towards Team Zero than the graph shows. Well, the graph shows it. The fight recap doesn't. That is. But we're gonna see an instant smoke out from Bright. They have Chronosphere.
Yeah, they want to keep
Nova
the fight
Sean
going.
Is up.
I think the one thing you don't expect on Team Zero is them to fight without their puck, right? Phoenix has been such an integral part of their success so far, and Ice, he might be the one to break this smoke on the sidelines. You don't see him at the moment though. Gonna be a storm onto the Terrorblade. CTY pops the BKB, so the Ice Blast not gonna do anything, but so much damage to Bashes. It's gonna be more than enough. They single out the Terrorblade and they take him down. ZTQ doesn't stand a chance as well. And meanwhile on the backside, Ice trying to lasso up onto AA, but he's a bit too tanky for them to deal with. Are you kidding me? Sliced down, and Team Zero get knocked out of this Roche pit area.
This should be a free Roche for Team Bright. Unless Beyond comes in and does something unimaginable, this should be Aegis for Team Bright. The second Aegis of the game going to go to Team Bright as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to put it on his best Phoenix cosplay if 70 wants to... Yeah, 70 and they're done. They're just up in the top side. They don't even want to interact with this fight at all. Things are looking scary now. Imitator is getting up towards that X. One component away now for this Dark Willow. The damage is going to rain in. And this Void has the BKB queued up on top of the Aegis. I don't see how you kill anymore.
It's more up to to really mess up and CTY to be able to lay into the damage, because that's about it damage-wise once this Void gets BKB. Okay, he doesn't need it. Oh no, he has it. Never mind. Okay, just kidding.
Yeah.
Has it.
I was
Okay.
like, wait.
I saw it disappear from his quick buy for a
No,
second.
I'm like,
I
I
was
thought
like,
you were
okay.
gonna. I thought you were saying he sold it. I'm like, that's kind of base.
No,
like,
no.
That would be
God,
crazy.
no.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Oh man, you'd be really feeling yourself if you bought and then sold BKB.
Yeah, at half the price too. I don't need this
Yeah.
money. Take
Yeah,
it.
right.
Well, Team Zero, they feel a bit hard pressed now. 11k gold lead down. They need to try and find some action. They've still been able to break through some of the link-ins so far, but take a look at Irving. So heads up, using the Lotus Orb in advance to farming that wave. Doesn't want to get caught out. They see Phoenix, but he's already gonna jaunt away. No, plays them a little bit. Stays where he originally was, and with the Stampede, they'll all get out of there. Rolling Thunder wasted there for 7E. And suddenly, Team Bright, they might not have a chrono, but they might be looking to fight.
Puck has the right-click build complete. Aghanim Scepter, Shard, Maelstrom, absolutely everything that Phoenix needs. Start right-clicking down the team of 7-0. 7-0? Team 0. Sorry, confusion.
Yeah, the smoke out, just like we said, with that chrono up, he is looking to end this one. He's looking to put the nail in the coffin. Now, it's by no means over just yet for Team Zero, right? But with the way that Team Bright are executing these team fights, they aren't missing a beat. They find CDY, they have the gem. This guy is a BKB, but is it gonna matter? The Thunder can't even come off. He's looking at one target, they have a Lincolns. They're looking at Irving, he has a Lotus, he's like, I'm toast, I'm finished.
Yeah.
What else he got? Aghanim Scepter complete for Imitator now, but they just straight up Chrono in the mid lane against Beyond. He's not scared at all. He's not doing a lot of damage, but he's still gonna try. Smack, 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 and Primal Beast, nowhere for you to run. This is for all the bullying you did to me early game, baby. Get out of here.
Gem has been reclaimed. Now 2 gems, 1 for each eye on the side of Team Bright.
Beautiful, perfect. You need that. You need that. It's kind of rough. You ever deal with like two separate degrees on each eye?
Oh, Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even... ZZQ's not going to be able to see anything anymore. He's dead.
No. He's very dead. Yeah. Because they have...
Now straight onto the high ground. Aegis not even lost yet. The entire side of Team Bright firing on all cylinders here. I mean, hell, even Undyne has a Veil, Glimmer, and a Force. That explains how he was so survivable against Ice just now.
And it's a little, one of those situations where Ice hasn't gotten as much farm as you'd expect him to get on this Batrider. Pretty low on the side of the net worth, right? Being lower than the AA is a little surprising.
I mean, we're at the point of the game where Team Bright very much have clawed themselves a big advantage. Now they will lasso up Irving, but Ice, he just gets melted. He doesn't stand a chance. Now they're going to try and control up Phoenix with that Basher. At 7E, he just can't get the touch on them. I mean, Imitator, he's doing more damage to the Pango roll than Pango's doing to Phoenix. And Irving's coming in again, looking for a target, winding up the Storm. They look for CTY, but he pops the BKB. The meta now, they're trying to do the damage to this Faceless Void. Bear in mind, he still has that second life though, so even if they take them down the first time, it's not gonna matter. Jumps forward, time walk, cancels out all that damage. The roll-up forced up from 7E, bumped into the wall and killed. They get the Aegis, but it comes at the cost of their Pango, who doesn't have a buyback available now. They'll continue to chase down Coil onto ZZQ, finishing off the kill onto Beyond as well. They have buybacks on those two dead heroes. It's just the Pango that's out of the picture. And Bright, do they want to stick around for this? It's still a 4v5 situation. Charging onto Faceless Void, don't have a second life anymore, but still able to get the time walk off. And would you look at the time, Chrono back up in 3 seconds. You gotta be careful, but Phoenix already cleaning up your back line. You can just throw it out, but it doesn't even seem like he needs it. He's gonna toss it onto CTY. They want to end the game by killing the king. He's not even gonna stick around to see it happen. CTY gets melted under its own fountain. And Bright, what a showing here. We were scared about the team fight, and we had every right to be. They're back with a vengeance here. They want to get some revenge for the close qualifiers.
Team Bright are